Housewives Nightcap. We finally have the OG of the OC, 1/3 of the Tres Amigas, and the best insurance agent in Coda de Casa. Vicki, welcome to Housewives Nightcap.
Vicki, we are so excited to have you. Like we just told you before we started, Emily and I have been like, who is our dream guest? It's Vicki. So,
oh my gosh,
this is big for us.
That's a huge crown to like hold right now, right?
You're just so true. You're the OG.
Housewife. Yes, you give us everything. You give us laughter, tears. You're funny. You're smart. You're a self-made woman. Like all the things we want in a housewife.
Oh, well, good. And we want our daughters to be, and our friends to be, and our sisters, and we just want to, emulate good people and strength, and for women to be able to take care of themselves. So super important to me.
Well, before we get into looking back on some of your iconic moments, we want to give fans an update on you. Tell us where you are in life. I know you're the glam ma, and you're obviously still engaged, right? So just give us a little update.
Steve and I are still engaged. We bought a place in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico during the quarantine. And many of you that follow us know that that's one of my favorite places. For over 33 years, I've been going there. So we spent a lot of time during quarantine. And then the first half of the year, he spent more time there than me. And now he's back. And so we've got a lot on our plate right now. People that follow me know that I adore Steve Lodge. I mean, I'm his #1 fan. So that's super great to be able to love being with the person that you're with, and just whatever we do, I'm super happy. And whether we take a walk or whether we travel or go away for short weekends, and it's really a good relationship, and I'm super happy. I'm at a good place in my life. My daughter lives in Illinois now. My son lives in Hawaii, of all places. Who would have thought California's I'm in the middle of two of my children. It's crazy. And California should not be in the middle, So it's kind of interesting. I'm going to go out and see him next week, hopefully. Brianna's got her 3rd baby boy. She's doing fabulous. And I don't know if you follow Brianna at all, but she's lost 70 pounds doing keto. So she has
She looks amazing.
She's just glowing, and she's never felt better. She's never been better. So when my kids are happy, I'm happy. You
always say that. You've always said that. So we love to hear it.
No, your love tank is full, Vicki.
Your love tank is full.
It always can get fuller because, Steve says, my love tank is never full enough. And I'm like, of course it's not, because, sometimes something trickles out and you have to refill it, So I have a huge heart and I need a lot of attention. I just do. I always have. I always will.
Same.
And he seems to be okay with it for now.
We love Steve. When he came on, when we saw your relationship start on Real Housewives of Orange County, I was like, Steve's the keeper here.
I love him. I adore him. I love him. I love his family. We have a really good, calm relationship. I tend to ask too many questions. So sometimes it's like you get one more for the day. It's like, but he puts up with it, so he's still here.
He's still here. Now, Vicki, do you guys have any wedding plans? Do you have any plans on getting married anytime soon?
We actually don't. We may just stay engaged forever. We may go elope one day. I don't really see the urgent need, and neither does he, but we're committed. And, at our age, he's 62, I'm 59. I want to be married one day to him, or do I not? Or are we just going to be okay with I'm okay with what we are, as long as we're committed and nobody's going out on each other, which we're not. But I also want to be Mrs. Lodge someday, so I don't need to carry Don's name around forever, right? Right.
I know that Don's Twitter is fake, but I gotta tell you, it's hilarious. Like, I know
it's hilarious.
Whoever's
Sometimes
behind
I look at it and I'm like, he's tried to get it down. By the way, he cannot get it down. He's submitted his driver's license, his firstborn child. He doesn't have any children. He's done his passport. He's done everything, and they will not take it down.
Oh my God, because it gets so many clicks.
It's like the hottest Bravo Twitter account out there.
I know. I know, it's so embarrassing. It's like sometimes people think it's real, and I'm like, it's a parody. It's not Don. You know, Don doesn't have social media. He doesn't even have Facebook. So, you know, he doesn't do Twitter.
So we saw Brianna on the kids episode of Watch What Happens Live. She looked amazing. She did so well. She did say that you are, you know, it's hard transitioning without the cameras. So how are you doing not shooting the show?
I don't like it. I don't like it.
We don't like it either.
I was born to be on TV. My mother always said, you're so dramatic. Everything's so dramatic. You need to be on TV. Well, it happened while she was alive, thank God, because she's like, this is what God meant you to be. And I'm like, I love it. I didn't like the crying and the tears and the people accusing me of things, but when I put a bow on it and wrap it up, I loved it. It was such great travel and experiences, and I met some incredible people. So it was fun. It was fun introducing Steve on TV, and you know, he's my calm, my center. I always ask him, like, do you know how to whoop it up at all? You know, it's like, yes, I do. So, but
whoop it up till 9 p.m.
Seriously. But, you know, how many people can say they were on a TV reality show for 14 years? You know, I got Shannon coming in up my ass, but, you know, I don't know how she stays on so long.
Shannon has staying power, huh?
I'm going to be so honest right now. I do not understand.
I don't either. She's tough to work with. I think she's on season 7 now, so she's got a long way to go. I don't think she'll hit to 14. What's your thought on Kelly getting dismissed this year?
So, okay, we have lots of thoughts on that, and we also want your thoughts on it. But Kelly, okay, the thing about Kelly is I loved hate watching Kelly just because, you know, she brought the drama. Did I agree with her on a lot of things? No, but she brought entertainment and she stirred the pot. Last season would have been incredibly boring. It was already kind of boring, but it would have been super boring without her. So yeah. I'm surprised about Kelly, not surprised so much about Bronwyn. But I, honest to God, thought they were going to bring you back. And I
did too.
I thought they were going to bring you and Tamra back.
I did too, because I had been talking to Andy, and I really thought it was going to happen. But I think what they're doing now with the new cast, so Kelly and Heather do not get along. They live in the same community, and there's just a riff, and there always will be. And Heather doesn't think Kelly's fancy enough, and Kelly thinks Heather is too fancy. So whatever that is, at an elevated level of just, they're not going to get
valid points in ways.
I thought Kelly was good for what you said, the drama. I thought she always dressed beautifully. I thought she always had a style about her that Kelly and I used to show up at a shoot or something, and we would both be wearing the same thing. So we had somewhat of a sense of the same style. But her mouth just was awful. I mean, to film with her, you never really knew if she was going to go after you or not. And how would you
really mean things about you, Vicki?
I mean, come on, you know, and I don't want to bring up all the mean things, but when she got so mean, she'd call me later, or I saw her at the reunion afterwards. She's like, I didn't mean all that. I'm like, then don't say it. Don't say it, because then you're putting it out to the universe, and now we got to defend it. So, you know, I don't want to be mean to each other. I want to have good fun. Some of my funnest moments were with Kelly. You know, when we were in Ireland, we went in the middle of the night and got hamburgers on the side of the road and went to this reunion party and danced. There was no cameras there. We got back and we had to get ready to shoot at 7 a.m. We never slept, you know? And so, you know, it was just fun. We had a lot of fun when, you know, she was married to Michael. Steve and I were very good friends with Michael, and it was fun. We didn't necessarily like the way she treated Michael, but it ended where it needed to end, and she seems super happy with Rick. And that's all I want, is for all my friends, all my cast members to be happy, you know. Yeah. And when you put yourself out there, it's sometimes you get, you know, get ridiculed, you get bad people in your lives. And I'm happy that she's married, you know, and she's happy.
She does seem happy, but we need to go back. Okay, so you did think that you were going to come back to this season, which Emily and I all, after last
season, for sure thought, because everyone knew OC last season was not good. So we knew there was going to be a shakeup. And we feel like
we miss the Vicki, the Vicki part girl.
The whoop it up. We
Yeah.
need the like Tres Amigas in Mexico with the hats. Like we need it.
Yeah.
I know. And that's interesting. Tamra and I still talk quite a bit. But Shannon stopped talking to us right away, right when she got asked back.
Really?
She never would return a call. She never would call me back. She never would text back. Nothing.
Do you think she has like bad blood with you, or like she's mad at you for something?
No.
Or she's like, I'm still on the show and you're not.
Yeah, I think Shannon she easily discards her friends. And that was something that I knew about her very early on. One of her friends had told me that had been friends with her for years, like 20 years, told her as soon as she got on the show, she stopped talking to her. And like, how do people discard friends? My friends from high school and college are still my friends. Regardless if I'm on a show or not, they're still my friends. And they just said, be careful, don't get too close. She's not going to stay, with you forever. So that was sad.
But you're so close with Tamra, because like I keep saying, we thought you and Tamra maybe friend of, I don't know, but because both of you aren't coming back though, right?
I don't believe so. You never know. Midway through season, they might need us to save the day. But as of right now, we have no contract. There's nothing going on. So.
And Vicki, you were supposed to be on the Housewives spinoff.
I know.
And
I know.
What?
I don't know what happened. I had a contract and everything. I don't know what happened. Bravo went another route. And so I think they wanted active cast members. And because I wasn't on that season, and I love Bravo. And, I hope one day they bring me back on something.
So did you ask Andy, like, what happened with the Housewives reunion? I'm sorry, what's it called? The Housewives?
Housewives
spin-off. Yeah, did you ask him, like, what the heck?
Yes, he had some explaining to do. And of course, I asked the questions. At the end of the day, he said, we love you. We're just going to stay with current cast members for this one. So I'm like, okay.
And it's like, Andy, bring me back.
I'm like, don't lose my number.
Because Vicki, if they did come to you, would you say yes?
Of course. I love Bravo. I want to be back on Bravo or Peacock or wherever they decide to go. Tamra and I actually pitched a show this summer, or actually last summer during COVID, to the streaming networks, and it hasn't been picked up yet, but that would be fun to do with her.
I can't watch that.
So you and Tamra are good, because your friendship has had so many ups and downs. Where you guys are good now.
Yeah, we're good. Because there's no reason not to be. How are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, I'm working out. Okay, I'm going to sell insurance. Like it's boring, basic stuff. Her house just flooded. So she's living on the lake now for a couple months, and I just moved, and I don't know if you saw my video. I'm kind of a little distraught over it because I don't think it's my forever house or our forever house. So I just renovated it, and now I look around like I don't really like this house. So we'll see what happens. But
you were in the Kodo home for a while.
Forever.
Still in Kodo. We're still in Kodo, but just not my big fancy house.
But your big house, that was, that's the house we saw you in forever.
Yeah.
I miss it.
When you think back on your time on the show, what are some of your favorite memories filming?
Always with my kids. When Troy was born, bringing him home, introducing Steve to the ladies. And, I don't know if you remember, but it was at Heather's book signing, and Tamra's like, oh, are you a cop? Let me frisk you. And I'm like, keep your hands off of him. I just started dating him. I don't know what you're doing, but that's weird, But I just think, every season brought some really good memories, and got a diary and got a whole thing of my life for 15 years,
Okay, any regrets filming? Maybe Brooks, the whole Brooks.
Of course, Brooks. The whole cancer thing, those ladies, Megan went sideways on me. And, I always have to say, what would I benefit from faking cancer for Brooks? What would I benefit? Nobody can answer that. So the producers went away with it. They had fun with it. They got all-time ratings, and I look like an asshole. So, because I believed them. I believe everybody. There's no reason not to believe somebody.
Why would someone lie about cancer?
That's the thing. Why wouldn't you believe someone saying that?
I never got a conversation with him. When he left in the middle of the night, he knew the cards were falling down on him hard. And I never could ask him, because he's blocked me on his phone, blocked me on the emails, blocked me on everything. My only analysis could be the women hated him so bad for whatever reason. Maybe they saw something I didn't see. And he had cancer before. He probably thought this is a way for me to get sympathy and we'll move on. But who would have thought they start asking for medical records? And I'm like, I'm not even asking him for medical records. I would never ask Steve for medical records if something happened to him. It's private. So it got weird and awkward. And I was like, yeah, he's got cancer. Why would he not? You know? So that was a really ugly time. And the producers really did not do me well. And I still don't forgive them. You know, they had a boring cast and they saw, you know, they hooked into Brooks.
They hooked into that story.
Of that Dirty John
Oh, yeah.
story.
Yeah, I know them very well. Actually, they came on my podcast, Tara and Her Mother. It was such a big correlation. I'm surprised nobody didn't get hurt. I mean, Brianna wanted to kill him. I mean, she literally said, if I see him, I'm going to punch him. I'm going to slash his tires. I'm going to do something. Like, she couldn't stand him. She saw something in him that I never did because I'm whatever, gullible believer. I just believe. I believe when somebody tells me something. And then I got to do my own investigation to see if they're telling the truth. If they're lying to me, I'm going to find out. I'm not that gullible where people lie to me. I'm just going to go, oh, okay. No, I'm a smarty pants. You lie to me, I'm going to find out. So.
Have you ever talked to him since, like, all of this came out? Have you ever talked to him again?
No, we're actually in a federal lawsuit together for Vicki's Vodka, and he just got released. So I hear he was in Vegas at the Nevada courthouse. I did not see him. I do not talk to him. I would not talk to him. I had a bodyguard with me. I just don't want to be around him. He's bad juju, you know?
Bad. He's bad news. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Good. You've moved on. Your love tank is now full with precious Steve, who is the cutest.
I love him so much.
And you had, you know, that's the thing. Like, looking back, obviously there were regrets, but you had to go through that to get to Steve.
Right. And he had to go through his relationships to get to me. I'm the princess.
Right.
Here he is,
It's
right
all
here.
about the journey.
Steve, say hi.
Oh, we get a Steve cameo. Hi, Steve.
We miss seeing you guys on our TV. Oh,
Where's your keys?
I don't know. Anyways, we have to get going. We're in Palm Springs and we have a breakfast meeting. So
Okay,
well, we were wrapping it up anyways. So
we need a Vicki whoop it up.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo!
Woo! Don't forget to whoop it up, everyone.
Thank you so much, Vicki.
Love
We
you,
love
Vicki.
so much.
Come back soon.